I feel like I'm on a Drake album cover right now.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to a special edition of the MadGood Knicks Show. Far here, Pete there, in a very special location on the Upper East Side. This spot called UES. It's an ice cream shop. More about that in a few. We're going to have a couple drinks, talk Knicks. It's going to be a blast. So, you guys might have seen this. The New York Knicks, unfortunately, didn't land Zion Williamson. We got the 3rd overall pick. Who better to talk about that than the sports editor of Metro New York, Joe Pantorno, ladies and gentlemen. Joe, thank you. I didn't mean to interrupt, by the way.
Oh, are you kidding?
I did not mean to interrupt.
I've read it a few times.
Did you? Only a few?
Only a few.
What's the reaction, man? What's the editorial world telling us about what just happened in New York? Should I be happy? Should I be sad?
You have every right to feel how you want to feel. Welcome to 2019.
Thank you.
I mean, it's the spectrum is so diverse here. It's understandable to feel upset, obviously, if you were hinging your entire hopes of an organization on Zion Williamson. So that's understandable. Even I was kind of disappointed when it comes out and we're number 3, and all of a sudden, of all places, he's going to go play in New Orleans.
Can we talk? Zion Williamson in New Orleans
doesn't fit.
The court's garbage. They have a really bad arena name. I don't Smoothie King Center. Come watch the highlights. Zion Williamson at the Smoothie King Center.
The animal the team is based on isn't particularly a
threatening
animal.
It's like something out of semi-pro. That's exactly what it is.
Exactly.
Let's talk about the 3rd overall pick, though. RJ Barrett is the likely candidate that might come to us, and a lot of people are like, oh, John Morant might not go second. I don't think it makes a lot of sense for the Grizzlies to pick up someone who's not a point guard and finally end the Mike Conley era. But RJ Barrett as a player, what do you know about him? How do you feel about that as a sports writer?
Well, because this is such a deep draft class, RJ Barrett has almost become something, the slightest bit, of an afterthought. Just because of Zion.
It's bizarre.
And just because of the emergence of John Morant, especially in the tournament, right?
Very true.
But RJ Barrett, considered by many to be the most NBA-ready prospect. This is a wing that is ideal at 6'7". Play the 2, he can play the 3. Obviously, when you're 18, 19 years old, there's going to be a little bit more maturing to your game. And I have zero place in telling or mentioning about somebody else's body. I mean, I like to lift, but I also like pizza.
My man, behind this, it's the gun show. Unfortunately, no guns allowed here, so we had to...
Absolutely. But
check upstairs.
In all seriousness, this guy is built up top. He has to strengthen himself a little bit more, in his legs, at his core. And if that's the case, then he can really develop into a scoring threat from all over the field. Yep. He can catch and shoot fine. They're having some problems with his shot selection at points. And
his 3-point percentage is kind of abysmal.
Absolutely.
He is selfish at times. He does get a bad rap.
You know what I like about that? He kind of reminds me of that Mamba mentality. And that's what I like about a character like that coming to New York, where his mentor is Steve Nash. People don't talk about that enough.
Not at all.
From Canada, he has probably the best mentor that you could possibly have.
It's a fine line between being selfish and the Mamba mentality, and that on either side of that line is whether or not making shots. That's the real. So, I mean, for RJ Barrett to have sustained success in the NBA, he's got to be a consistent shooter. So with Ben Simmons, great player, athlete, run the ball, run the floor, do all that. But his lack of shot in the playoffs is a liability. And we're looking to go as far as possible with teams. You have to consider things like that.
Rumors that we might not even want RJ Barrett. We might just trade him. Here's how I see it. And correct me if I'm wrong, let me know. But if we have Kevin Durant, if we get Kyrie Irving, we have a solidified, bona fide 2 superstars on a team that will be Eastern Conference favorites as soon as they step on the court. That's win now mode. I don't see a place for a rookie, even sad to say, guys like Kevin Knox, Alonzo Trier, and them, I don't see a place for them to develop anymore. They could be solid role players, but trade for AD.
Absolutely. And if you're getting Kevin Durant, that's it. You're immediately putting yourself in the window. There's no other way to
He's getting up there in age 2.
Yeah, you have to because of that fact.
So that's why they'll probably do everything in their power to sell New Orleans on the possibility of reuniting RJ Barrett with Zion down in New Orleans. There's your core. Build up on that. And listen, if you're going to get a player like AD, it's going to have to be Barrett. It's going to have to be Kevin Knox, who the Pelicans have done extensive research on. It's going to have to be Robinson, who the Pelicans have done extensive research on. It might have to be Frank Ntilikina also. You're looking at 4 or 5 assets. Obviously, that doesn't hurt. You're absolutely right. But you're going to have to give up 4 or 5 assets just to get Davis. And again, you'll probably need that guarantee that he's going to re-sign, but you're still playing with that hypothetical. So risks putting all of your eggs in the. Hello. Look at that.
We do need some drinks here because we've had a rough couple days.
And these guys have been Knicks fans for how many years? They deserve
So we got the Serendipity 4.
All right, the Serendipity 4.
I'll take it.
And the girls gossip the least.
Wow. That's fancy. Oh, there's fire. Look at that.
Let's give it to this hot man right here.
Oh, jeez. I'm going to start sweating.
We'll eliminate the fire hazard.
Well, we can, yeah, exactly. We
That's a good
can
idea.
put that drink there if we want to let it sit.
That is fantastic.
All right. That is some beverage.
Is it okay to be a little frank right now? I'm a little scared.
This is reminiscent of feelings of last night. We were watching the lottery. We were a little bit frightened. We were a little bit scared. There was a dumpster fire.
Yeah. And in the end, things go up in smoke.
Exactly. Hopefully the end result, I'm sure it's going to taste wonderful.
Yeah, that's the hope.
drinks, gelato, the dark rum,
How did that fit in that box?
Dunkin' juice, honey,
Awesome.
milk chocolate cigar inside.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Wow, how about
Enjoy.
that?
Thank you so
Thank you very
much.
much.
I'll jump right back into Knicks talk in a second, but first I have to tell you all about UES, who were kind enough to let us film there. It's an awesome ice cream shop located on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. But even cooler than the ice cream is what's behind this wall of pints, the storage room. They're always looking for volunteers to help out in storage. So if you want to check it out, here's how you do it. First, make sure you're not dressed like a goon, and it's 21 and older, so have your ID. Once that's settled, you'll have to find a secret button in order to enter. Now, I won't ruin that surprise for you all, but once you find that button, the hostess will escort you in, and brace yourself, because I'm telling y'all, it's like you've time traveled into the 1920s. They'll serve you up some amazing drinks. You can even order food or order seamless while you're there. If you decide to grab a cocktail on a Sunday evening, you'll be in luck to catch one of UES's movie nights known as Cinema Sundays. All their cocktails are Upper East Side themed, and if you couldn't tell by our reactions, they're seriously as good to drink as they are to look at. Knicks fan or not, this is a spot every New Yorker seriously needs to check out. Now, back to the MadGood Knicks Show.
Gentlemen, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to the Knicks.
Cheers to the Knicks.
Cheers to UES. Thank you again for hosting.
Yes, thank you.
That is good. Wow, thank you. That is
Well done.
Do you see any scenario where any other scenario where the Knicks don't get RJ Barrett for whatever reason?
The only way I see it is if the Grizzlies decide to trade him.
Which let's pretend that's not even going to happen.
That's not going to happen then.
So if we don't trade for AD, if the Grizzlies don't draft him, RJ Barrett will be a New York Knick. 100%. You heard it here first.
Put it down. Put it down.
But you have the newspaper. You put it down.
I will.
Stay
You
tuned.
have a new starter right away. I mean, this draft, you said it was a deep draft, but at the same time, I think the talent drop off after third place is pretty significant. Understood. So getting into that top 3, I think, was paramount. I'd love to get Ja, but RJ Barrett, I mean, everyone was talking about this kid basically before the draft period of time. I don't know why the buzz is going away, but I still think there's a good chance that he can play a lot of good. Because at the end of the day, he will be a starter for sure. Pick him up, I don't think he's going to play of his caliber. He's going to be immediately contributing. So, what do you think? Do you think there's any chance that he was some kind of bust potential? Not as far as the skill set, but maybe not sort of being. Whereas the Knox is going lacking older, having some kind of deficiency that he has to overcome initially.
I see anything like that in his game. I alluded to it before when I mentioned Schatzel.
Right.
He's going to be coming into a big market, and say, and hypothetically speaking, say the Knicks take Kevin Durant. Right. Say So say he's there. Say they, if they don't trade for Davis, they go out and they'll get Kyrie Irving. So now you have R.J. Barrett, who at times can be selfish, at times can pick the wrong shot. All of a sudden, he's being put to a situation where Kyrie Irving is going to be running the offense, and Kevin Durant is going to be commanding a lot of the ball. Now, in terms of whether you want to call it ego, you want to call it hubris, whatever it might be, there might come a point where, hey, I'm not getting mine. That's really the one thing that I could possibly see happen, and he starts butting heads with the big boys. That's something out of
and that's where the culture, I think, has to overpower individual players.
And it's imperative that David Fizdale smooth that over. Yeah, we know that he's a player's coach.
I think, honestly, R.J. Barrett is not a bad start filling out the roster. And we have more draft picks coming, so you got to see the light. I mean, there's no guarantee Zion is going to be what we all think he's going to be.
But I think, there's never been a number one pick that has this little bust potential. I think everyone's kind of solidified the kid's going to be a star. It's whether he's going to be a superstar or a GOAT at this point.
When is the last time we saw this kind of hype around a guy like Zion?
LBJ.
Exactly. But again, going just back to what you said, this suddenly is a very nice problem the Knicks have on their hands. This is a 17-win team, and all of a sudden we're talking about guys that were giving valuable minutes last year, the Dotsons and the Triers. Right. All of a sudden, well, you know what? These are going to go from starters to role players. And all of a sudden, depth doesn't become such a question. So things, obviously everybody's looking at KD and Kyrie and those big names, but all of a sudden, we're starting to look up, and we are a month away from draft night. So,
one full month. All right. So to wrap it up, what do you think is going to happen next season?
Next season, oh baby.
Who are we going to? All right? Instead of what do you think is going to happen in a perfect world, lay it out for me. Give me the starting five. What big trades, if you want to go into a little bit of the bench, go for it. Who are you looking at?
All right.
This is a fantasy scenario.
This is a fantasy scenario.
There's very little wrong answers here.
My ideal starting five would actually probably be Dennis Smith Jr.
Wow.
Yeah. R.J. Barrett.
Okay. It's a young, unproven backcourt right
Exactly. It gets better.
Oh, God.
Kevin Knox.
Okay.
Kevin Durant.
Okay.
Mitchell Robinson.
Over DeAndre Jordan?
Over DeAndre Jordan. And there's a little thought in the back of my mind that
Don't say DeMarcus.
No.
Okay.
that the Knicks lose out on Kyrie.
Okay.
And he goes to Brooklyn.
Ah, really?
There's
play with D-Lo?
There's no.
Oh.
The Nets let D-Lo walk.
Because of the airport situation?
Not even that. It's just you're getting an upgrade.
That's
which is and Kenny Atkinson put so much work in, right?
He did.
Especially with D'Angelo, but Kyrie has suddenly kind of shifted that focus where, last year he was saying, oh, I love the play in this regard. All of a sudden he's saying, I love the culture of Brooklyn. I love what they're doing with it.
This season kind of soured me a little bit to Kyrie Irving. I got to be honest with you. I think
he did, but he's still Kyrie Irving. You know what it was.
He got everything he asked for, and
he didn't realize Brad Stevens' system is not meant to cater a superstar.
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing with the Celtics. I think if he goes elsewhere with another superstar, especially Fizdale, oh my God,
they played better when they bought into that system.
I guess.
Yeah. I gotta say, the team that you picked there, although it's great, I think we're in the playoffs with that team. I don't know if that's a championship contender.
100% no.
But I can see that moving forward.
If KD wins his third Finals MVP and then decides he wants to do the LeBron thing and do some charity for the kids and comes to New York,
charity for us.
Exactly.
New York, that's
That's charity for us. I could realistically see that happening.